Programming, one of the most hectic job on planet. And so many people are thinking, um, am I the right person to start programming? Is it the right way? Am I in the right age to start coding? Listen, James, this is Sonet, and welcome to Sonet the Coder. In this video, I'm gonna share my story, how I started my coding journey. After watching this video, you will be get inspired because you will know a very simple guy who have no interest about coding, even who have a great flair on computer, how become a coder. So stick to the end and you will know how you can start your programming journey as well. I want to start from the very beginning. When I was in high school, we had a subject called ICT, Information and Communication Technology. In that subject, we were taught how to use computer, some basic thing, for example, Microsoft Office, PowerPoint, some basic tool. So, in that time, I had a great fear about computer. I don't know how to open Microsoft Office. Even I don't know how to open my computer. So one day, one of my ICT teacher, he said, Sonet, you don't know how to use your computer. So how you can pass? How you can pass your exam? And it was really tough for me, honestly speaking. Then he instructed one of my friend. He's a great friend of mine. He said, can you please help Sonet to teach how to use computer, at least the basic one? And he tried several times, and after a few months I improved a bit. In that time I could open my computer, I could go to File Explorer, and I could also enter into Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word, and very slowly I could write some of the word in the Microsoft Office. So it was the beginning. And then I got into my college. In that time we had the subject again, ICT, Information and Communication Technology. There was a new problem. In this time we have no more learning how to use computer or how to open Microsoft Word. We have something new, something called HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. So when I first opened my ICT book in college, I was introduced to it something called HTML, and then I was introduced with something called C programming language. So it was a nightmare for me because I knew how to open a computer. I also knew how to use Microsoft Office, but that's it. And the second thing is, I have no interest about computer, but I have to pass my exam. So in that time I told my mother that, Mom, I need to buy a new computer, new laptop, so that I can practice some coding and I can learn it. Otherwise I won't pass my exam. My mother said, okay, no problem. So she bought me a new computer. So when I bought a new computer, a very interesting thing happened. My computer was HP Pavilion. It's a HP laptop in Pavilion series, and the configuration was 8 GB RAM, Core i5 8th generation, and Intel USD 624 graphics. So in that time I didn't know anything about it. What is graphics card, what is Core i5, but I just only knew the more core you have, the more better your computer is. So I went to the shop and I said my budget is this, so I give me a computer. And the sellers, he was quite tricky, and she understood that this guy have no idea about computer. So he said that, okay man, This is the best computer for you. In this computer, you will get NVIDIA graphics card. Point to be noted. NVIDIA. Even in the computer, there was a seal of NVIDIA. And it's a great graphics card. Also, you will get original Windows 10. So, those who don't know why I'm saying about original, the thing is, most of the people in the world, especially in Asia, we are using cracked version of Windows 10. So the real version of Windows 10 cost you almost $120, but if you will go with some cracked version, it will cost you almost $1. Yeah. So they said you will get a original Windows 10 by this computer. So I was saying, okay, that's good. So I bought it and brought the computer to my house. I used to use Googling and I tried to run programming languages in my computer. Spoiler alert, I tried 2 years in my college life and I couldn't successfully run a single line of code of C. Every time it failed, gave me some error. So then I actually started memorizing those programming language and learn it. So that was my history, how I bought my first computer. But I think few years back, maybe after buying the computer, 1 year passed away, and then one of my cousin, he came to me and he said, brother, you have a computer, you know about it, so why not you help me to buy one? Because he was going to buy a new computer. So I was, yeah, I know everything about computer, you came to the right person, so let's buy it. So I brought him to the computer shop and I helped him to buy a new computer. So he just bought it and he went away to his house. After a few months, he called me and said, man, I somehow uninstalled my Windows 10. I said, what you did, man? Because whenever you bought your computer, you got a real Windows 10. So now you have to go with the cracked version. So he said, yeah, but how I can install Windows 10? I said, I don't know, but you can come to me and we can both go to that shop where we bought our computer and they can help us. So we both of us went to that shop, the computer shop, and then just they installed the Windows 10 in his machine and we brought the machine to our house. After some gossiping, my cousin said, brother, why not check out is your Windows 10 is really original? I said, yeah, it's original. So he said, okay, let's check it out. And then we go to YouTube and we search how to check if my Windows 10 is the original version. And then I found some videos and I just followed those steps to check my Windows 10, and boom, I figured out my Windows 10 was also cracked version. It was a game changer for me because among my all friends, I have only one who had original Windows 10. So I had a pride. Though I don't know how to use it or how original Windows 10 will be helpful for me, but I have a pride of it. I actually used to say my friends, man, your Windows are cracked and my Windows is real version. So it actually broke my pride. And then I was so upset and I have decided I will delete my Windows 10. And I went YouTube, search, and then I uninstalled my Windows 10 from my machine. And then it was a horrible thing, because if you don't have your operating system set up in your machine, then how you can open your computer itself? So it was a horrible thing for me. So a few days went. I was searching on Google which operating system I can use and which operating system is free, powerful, blah blah blah. And then I was introduced to the new operating system called Linux. Before that, I knew there are only two operating systems for computer. One is Windows 10 and the second is Macintosh. But then I found there's another operating system called Linux, and there are only less than 3% people on earth are using that operating system. And then I also knew that most of the hacking in the world has been done by using Linux. We are watching Hollywood hacking movies and the hero are typing like crazy. So many text is going on the screen. I think you can also see in my screen now here is a matrix effect going on. So this kind of fancy stuff inspired my lord to download Linux. So it took me almost weeks to download and install Linux in my system. So I knew a lot of things then. I learned a lot of things. I learned what is bootable pen drive, how to install an operating system in your computer. So in that time, suddenly when I opened my Linux for the first time in my machine, I found it is so different than Windows 10. I didn't know how to use it, but after doing some googling by using my Android, I found that how to use the Firefox browser in Ubuntu. Ubuntu is a flavor of Linux, by the way. So I actually went to Firefox and then I went to edx.com. It's a website where you can learn anything you want. So I took a course from the Linux Foundation. It was almost 13-week course. So I finished the course. So actually my intention was to just learn how I can use my Linux. But by completing that course, I actually learned a lot of things about operating system and about computer in general. And then it actually inspired me a lot, attracted me a lot to learn about computer. And you know what happened then? The COVID came in. So I know COVID is a very bad thing and it actually created a lot of damage on the earth. But it actually came to me like a magic, because every university, every school, college was shut down. So I had a lot of time. So I think, why not using this time something crazy? And I already grown some attraction about my computer. So I started learning programming. And then first I learned a new programming language called Python. So those who don't know about Python, or maybe you know, or maybe you're planning to start your programming journey, Python is a great language to start with. By the way, don't worry, I will come full tutorial about Python and some other programming language and some other thing in my channel. So don't worry, you'll get it. So that's how I started my programming. Honestly speaking, initially it wasn't smooth because it took me a lot of time to run my first line of code. But it was enjoyable, definitely. I really enjoyed it a lot. And still, I am now doing programming for more than 2.5 years. And still, I love it. I love every single day of it. Because whenever you code, you kind of boss. Because, a couple of centuries back, there was there was the farming revolution came. After that, the industrialized revolution came. But now, this is the tech revolution. It is a tech era. So when you know how to use your computer, you know how to rock in the tech world. It's a great thing. So I believe that no matter which field you are in, maybe in constructor, maybe you are a teacher, maybe you are a doctor, a lawyer, you should know a basic technological skills. Maybe a little bit of programming as well. it will greatly boost your tech confidence. So I actually shared this experience with you guys so that you can be inspired. Because imagine a guy who had no idea about computer, who had a great fear about it, and who had no attraction about anything on technology. He became a programmer. And I'm a self-taught programmer. I learned everything by myself. So if I can do this, anyone can do this. You can do this. So don't worry. If you're thinking, is it the right time to start coding? Am I in the right age to start it? Or is it the right way to do it? I'm saying you, if you are dedicated, if you wanna be a great programmer, you can be. It's not a rocket science, man. It is very, very enjoyable. I'm not saying it is very easy, but it's very enjoyable. So, welcome to the programming world. Thank you very much for watching this long video. So, if you really like this video, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe me, because I'm coming with new videos every week. And you can also follow me in my Twitter. My Twitter handle is Sonet the Coder. I'll give the link in the description below. So see you in the next video. Till then, bye.